Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Senior School Academic Assembly. My name is Peter Eddy, and I'm the Assistant Principal for Teaching, Learning and Innovation here at the College, and I'll be your MC for this morning. A very warm welcome to our parents and families who are joining us here this morning in CPAC, and I extend that welcome to those families who are joining us from afar via the live stream. Today, we gather as a community to celebrate the academic excellence of students from their studies in Semester 1 of 2024. From our Year 10, 11 and 12 students, today we will recognise 233 students for their achievements. To these boys, I congratulate you on your achievement today. I hope that you are proud to receive your award and to stand on stage. I also hope that all students, not just the boys receiving awards, take some time today to reflect on your effort and achievement so far this year. If you're working and learning to the best of your ability, to your potential, then I say to you, well done. To commence our formal proceedings, I'd like to call forward our Director of Academic Performance, Mrs. Monique Jorgensen, to lead us in the acknowledgement of land and reflection and prayer.
I would like to acknowledge the Darumbal people, the traditional owners of this land. I would like to pay respect to our elders, past, present and emerging, of the Darumbal people, and extend that respect to other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples present. Now, our reflection today begins with some words that may be familiar. And to those parents who are with us, I do apologise because some of this will sound very familiar from our junior assembly. We often hear, "You've got all this potential." He's not fulfilling his potential. Is he really reaching his potential? We hear that word a lot growing up. Teachers say it, coaches say it, our families sometimes say it. Sometimes gently, sometimes sternly, sometimes in a rather frustrated manner. But what does it actually mean? When we say it like that, is he reaching his potential? It sounds like there's a set limit. There's a place that you will hit that you can get to. If you go back to the roots of the word, the first definition of potential is actually possible. What's possible, not actual. So God has given us this amazing potential, these mental, physical and social capabilities. If we talk about someone's potential, we're often talking about a limit we think they can get to. But potential's not a limit. It's what's possible with work and with grace. One of the greatest examples of potential that we have is found in the biblical story of David, a young shepherd who defeated Goliath. Now, according to folklore, Goliath was 9 foot tall. And David was only a teen. In this story, we see potential in its truest form because we see what's possible. David slew that giant. It was possible because of his faith, but it was also possible because he knew how to fling a rock the right way. That boy had a wicked throwing arm, which comes when you've practiced it again and again and again. Because he was a shepherd. His job was to keep predators away from his flock. So he may have thrown a rock 100 times or 2. So similarly, we can achieve our academic potential when we apply again and again and again. When we show up, when we work in class, when we do the homework, when we complete the revision, when we attend the tutorials and we study at home. Because like our throwing arms, our mind needs to work out. It needs to practice and go over concepts again and again until it becomes muscle memory. We do it without thinking. Like David's mean throwing arm, we need to work out those brains. So sometimes a new concept can seem too big. My brain cannot handle that. Too big, too much. But I'm fairly sure that if David didn't have years of throwing rocks behind him and an inherent faith in our Lord and his abilities, then facing up to Goliath would have seemed too big. Literally, too big. I had the privilege over the summer of meeting an American CrossFitter. So for those unfamiliar with the sport, it's a mixture of Olympic lifting and gymnastics and endurance. You'll find CrossFitters around the world. This particular woman was this big and probably about this small. If you met her on the street, you wouldn't think she was an elite athlete. I then watched her pick up 70 kilos and throw it above her head like it was nothing. Then she climbed a rope to the ceiling and back down. She's what they call an RX athlete. She was good. I also had the privilege of going for a run with her. Mine was more like a plod as we got along. But what I found was she was actually running beside me. I thought she was going to be 2 miles in front. And she was taking time. I said to her, "Oh, running?" And she said, "Yeah." She said, "Running does not come naturally to me. I have to work at it again and again." Keep in mind, this is the little woman who just threw 70 kilos above her head. But then she said to me, "This is what I tell myself every time the run comes up. This is hard, but it's no harder than anything I've done before." What she was saying is that every time we start something, it is hard. Every time we first learn a maths equation or a new piece of Shakespeare or how to do a particular thing down in manual arts to get that joint just right. But we need to keep doing those runs, slinging those rocks, and studying those maths equations. We can all give things a go. We can all take a bit of David's wisdom and faith with us into our academic practices. But potential is not like money in the bank. It will not gain interest by sitting there. We have to take it out and work it out again and again. It has to be massaged and pounded, battered, put through the beep test, early morning trainings, tutorials, study sessions. Like David, it has to be practiced and applied. So I'd ask you now to please join me in making the sign of the cross. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. To our Davids today, receiving their awards, those who've worked at it, congratulations. Continue to practice, continue to apply, and continue to grow with what is possible for you. St. Brendan, Our Lady of Perpetual Help, live Jesus in our hearts. Please make the sign of the cross. Amen.
Thank you, Mrs. Jorgensen. For the Principal's address, I'd like to call forward Mr. Corboy.
Okay, good morning, gentlemen. Oh, you do better than that. Good morning, gentlemen. Much better, thank you. Very warm welcome to all our families too. Thank you for coming along this morning, and also those who are joining us online. Look, at St. Brendan's we recognise our student learning in 3 ways. Firstly, our academic awards that we are acknowledging here this morning. A huge congratulations to each and every one of you who will be up here on stage. Just to remember, to get an academic achievement award, you need 1A, nothing less than a C in your reports. For an academic A award, it's 2 or 3 A's and nothing less than a C. And for an academic A+, it is 3 A's, nothing less than a B, or 4 A's and nothing less than a C. Today we're actually awarding 481 awards, the highest in the history of the college. Yes, our numbers are growing, but an outstanding achievement, and congratulations to everyone who will be walking across the stage this morning. So could you put your hands together for them too, please? The second avenue for academic recognition is the learning attributes that we introduced at the start of this year. If you could get that up, fantastic. For those who haven't seen it and those online, the learning attributes identify the behaviours, the attitudes and dispositions that will enable our students to experience learning growth while also contributing to a positive classroom culture. Boys, we talk to industry, universities, small businesses, and when they're looking for employees, they look for certain qualities. What are those qualities that make a great employee? So things such as motivation, problem solving, they're reliable, diligent, emotionally intelligent. Are they a team player? Have they got a great work ethic? This is what every employee, whether they're representing you on the shop front to the public or as a doctor or as a mechanic or whatever the case may be, industry is looking for people with these qualities. Okay? And our learning attributes reflect these. In other words, our effort, our attitude, and our application. So to achieve the highest possible learning attributes ratings, each of your teachers scores the following attributes as observed in class during a term. And as you can see up there, it's preparation for learning, cooperation with teachers and peers, engagement and application, and completion of home learning. Could I get the next graph up, please? Tremendous. Might be hard seeing this, but hopefully you can. The above names that you see in black are the ones of the top 18 students who have achieved the highest rating across all of their subjects in term one. We had a bit of a celebration over lunch last term. Those in blue are the students who have achieved the highest rating in term two. And this is the first time they're probably seeing their names up here. So I'll be hosting another celebration in the coming days for Ben and Jackson and the other 5 boys who are from the junior year levels in regards to acknowledging them for their work and their efforts in their subjects. Can you please put your hands together for these boys too? Just while we've got that list up, I want you to see if you know some of those names, especially the juniors. Hands up if you know some of these people that are on this list. Hands up if you know them. That could be a friend of a younger brother, or it could be somebody that you know living in your area, whatever the case may be. Just hold that thought if you could, please. All right, thirdly, we continue to analyse our NAPLAN data and determine, what's working really well and what areas we need to develop in the curriculum to support our students. And look, I'm showing you this because for 2 reasons. NAPLAN is history for you guys. It's 7 and 9 and an experience from your junior years. But for you, you are the recipients of and well placed in your learning journey because of the great work that you've experienced here at St Brendan's by many people over the last few years. And secondly, as a community, we should celebrate as a group, as a collective, and acknowledge those people who are doing really well. So that's why I'm going to be showing you the next bit of data. This year we included preparation in units and activities for NAPLAN. We taking on those learnings and that analysis. We've got some great programs and some great work happening in the Writer's Toolbox, Math Space, MacLit, the Literacy Planet, and goes on. Can I get the next slide? So the reasons behind our success are for that very reason. The academic programs that we run, the strong focus on boys' education, the quality of our teachers and the support staff who guide them in their academic journey, and the big one is the agreed standards that we have for every classroom in this school. Okay, the next one, please. Okay, we're missing one. Sorry, the summary of the results from this year. 4 things. Both cohorts in Year 7-9 did better than the group from 23. The Year 9s actually outperformed all the boys in the state in 4 out of the 5 domains for NAPLAN. We had high growth in the Year 9 cohort in comparison to the state. And Year 7s had the highest reading results since 2018. But what's most pleasing is what you're seeing there right now, and it's about the measurement of improvement. So from Year 7 results through to Year 9, the journey travelled. Okay. When in Year 7, the boys come to us from all over, and we have an inclusive enrolment policy. So we don't actually discriminate against a person's academic ability. We've got boys who really struggle with their schoolwork, right through to boys here, 481 achieving great results in their academics. Everybody's welcome. And when they come in grade 7, it's probably only about 7 weeks before they sit that NAP plan. So the results that we receive in Year 7 tend to reflect that inclusive policy, and we're really proud of it. It's part of who we are as an Edmund Rice school. But what's so pleasing with this is once they're in our care for 2 years, they tend to flourish for all the reasons I just mentioned before. And in this graph you see there, this is about the journey travelled between Year 7 results and the Year 9 results across the domains of NAPLAN. The one on the right, as you can see, is literally saying to us that we're nearly doubling that of the state in regards to improvement. That's an extraordinary result, and a lot of people here at this school should be congratulated. So could you please put your hands together for our Year 9s. So as we dig in, who are these people who are actually doing really well? So we grab the top 10 people in grade 9 across the reading, writing and numeracy, looking at their results from Year 7 and then of course back into grade 9, and if we could show that next graph. And the reason I put this up is because again, there may be people here who can recognise some of those names. When I met the boys in regards to the attributes, I call them our rock stars. And the reason being is because those 18 and the other 7, along with these boys, these are the ones who epitomise who we are as St Brendan's. Regardless of their academic ability, they've really committed to their learning journey. And some may be sitting here to receive awards in that last period, but they embody what we're on about. As a school, all we can ask for our boys here is do their best and try. And as families, likewise. And I'd imagine why I'm really acknowledging these grade 9s is because I'm sure there's subjects there that they're doing really well at and they love. And they're probably sitting in the audience, you know, from the last period. But I imagine there's also subjects which they don't like or they're really struggling, yet our teachers have acknowledged their effort in applying themselves at the highest rating. So an absolute great effort by the names that we see up there as well as all Year 9s. Okay, the reason I'm showing you these as well, and I ask you, do you recognise names, is they'll be 10 foot tall and, you know, really proud of seeing their names up here publicly, okay? And all power to them, and that's fantastic. What is more powerful is if a senior, and this is your job, okay, in the coming days after this assembly, if you go up and thank and acknowledge one of these boys on this list, the attributes, the boys who are going to be receiving an academic award, that will mean so much more. As a senior, you have a lot of power to encourage, acknowledge and celebrate. As seniors, you have a lot of power. And this is at the heart of culture, and this is the heart of who we are as St Brendan's. I said to the young ones in the last period, we talk about football, sport. You see somebody do a try or score, and the first thing you see is people surround them and celebrate that and acknowledge them. The whole team. We are a team. We are a community. These boys have done outstanding work and should be celebrated. I want you as seniors from Year 10 to Year 12 to challenge you to be mature enough to go around and circle these boys, figuratively, right, and say thank you and congratulate them for what they have done. As you would on a footy field as you would in a soccer field, as you would on a Aussie rules field. I want you to circle them and acknowledge them and thank them for the work, because they epitomise who we are and what we stand for. So thank you. All right, sir, can I get the next one up, please? Okay, this is our architects. We had an opportunity to get a virtual tour of this new Industrial Technology and Innovation Centre. This thing is massive. To put it in perspective, it's actually the fence line of Gate 2 and behind the STEM and Hogan building. It's like a third of a football field, 2 stories. So this is the first time you'll have seen it, boys, so we'll hit the button and I'll walk you through it. This is coming from Gate 2, and right towards the building. As I said, you can see Hogan in the far right hand. That's where it's situated. The program doesn't have students, so you see a lot of adults in this building with man buns and everything else, so they're not students. As you go past here, we're going to have a lock-up storage area for bikes, as you can see along the left-hand side there, for boys who ride their bikes and scooters to school. This is massive, so we actually have to do it in 2 stages. The one below is stage 2. That won't be filled in when we complete stage 1. We will have a couple of classes which you're about to go into now. They will be built in the first stage, this one and the one next door. They're design tech, metal and wood. High ceilings, fans, as you can see there. The staff down in manual arts and the vet staff were central in designing this building. What were the non-negotiables? What are the things they had to have part of the experience for this facility? Along with their wish list, of course. Down below, that'll be all auto. That'll come in stage 2. We have 2 hoists. We'll end up doing 6. We have, 15 welding bays. We'll have like 39 and so on. So we had to build for the future. This is one of the classrooms. As you can see there, high ceilings, nice and bright, a lot of light. To the far right, you'll see the louvers. They all open up to allow breeze to go right through. Another student. Okay, this is electrotechnology, a bit like the STEM Centre, where we have a room where the theory is done and discussed, when they will then be able to break into a lab, or in this case, electrotechnology space. One will be wood framed and the other one will be metal, so they'll get the experience across both. Walking along. These classrooms go the absolute width of the building. As you can see, huge spaces, good airflow, noise reduction between rooms. This is the design tech. Our aim is to go to tender in January, to start turning soil in May, and it'll be roughly a 12-month build, which will take us to May 26 for commencing classes. So construction, small projects will be upstairs. This is all based on flexibility. We have to be prepared to deliver a curriculum in 10 years' time for a curriculum that may not have even been thought of yet. So everything's flexible, everything's big, and be able to cope with the large numbers that we now have at the college who are very much interested in this. We have masonry, brickwork. As you can see, the length of the building, or the width of the building, I should say. Forklifts. It's designed into the contours of the land, so in actual fact there will be ramps that you'll see later that can access the first level with heavy equipment and so on. This is now walking towards where you're overlooking the ovals as an aspect, heading towards the staff room and so forth. Lift for access. Light is a really important thing, so a lot of window space to bring in the light. If you've been down currently where our staff are, it's like going back into the 60s. So if anybody on this property deserve a good staff room, it's these gentlemen and ladies. This is a staff room, a planning room, a meeting room, rideable walls I should say, and facilities in there, as you can see. And this is an aerial view of the building. Hopefully we have solar on the roof as we do our planning. And they're the ramps I'm talking about where you can drive heavy equipment up to the second level. So a lot of work's gone into this design by a lot of people over actually many years. So I thank them publicly on behalf of the college for all the work that has gone in. There's still a lot of work to go, but hopefully everybody can see the vision and what's the opportunity moving forward. Okay, thanks very much everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Corboy. We'll now move on to the distribution of the awards, and to announce the Year 10 awards, I'd like to call forward Gospel and Spirituality Prefect Riley McFarlane. Riley is an ATAR student who has excelled in his studies throughout his time here at the college. Riley has a passion for the learning areas of mathematics and science. In the subjects of mathematical methods, specialist mathematics, physics and chemistry, he is achieving above 95% on his internal assessment, and I know that he's working really hard as he approaches his external exams. Next year, Riley is hoping to explore a pathway through the Defence Force, and he's very keen on the field of engineering. Please welcome our Gospel and Spirituality Prefect, Riley McFarlane.
I would like Miss Danielle Emery, our Head of Science, and Miss Joanne Gardiner to come to the stage to present the academic awards to the Year 10 students. The Academic Achievement Awards, which require at least one A and nothing less than a C, are the first on our list. They have been awarded to the following boys: Hunter Ballard, Jack Bartlin, Thomas Brown, Aidan Kane, Trey Commons, Nicholas Cooper Burns, Riley Coughlin, Seth Dillon, Shannon Doki, Tobias Philakoti, Scott Gibson, Ty Gretton, Isaac Harding, Lockyer Hill, Caden Hoare, Michael Hutchinson, Tyler Johnson, Logan Jones, Vanima Kilavarov, Ben Kingston, Joshua Malcolm, Jeremy Martin, Lewis Maxwell, Wyatt McDonald, Oram McGilvray, Cody McIntyre, Tate Macquarie, Cooper Miles, Corby Oberhart, Xander Peters, Sydney Richens, Harry Robig, Maddox Ryan, Jeffrey Ryan, Cooper Shoecraft, Daly Smith, Nate Smith, Bronson Toby, Bo Upton, Ashton Watkins, Reed Wienert, Noah Wright, and Paxton Zudenbayer. Please put your hands together for the Year 10 Academic Achievement winners. The Academic A Awards, which require 2 or 3 A's and nothing less than a C, go to the following boys: Chase Blackburn, Robert Clifton, Tate Dillon, Dex Edmonston, Darcy Frankish, Noah Haberley, Mason Hollingsworth, Jack Hughes, Cooper Jonas, William Lees, Hugh Lloyd, Cooper Mann, Brody Nunn, Kobe Scanlon, Archie Watts, and Brock Wren. Please congratulate the Year 10 Academic A winners. The final awards for the Year 10 boys are the Academic A+ badges. To receive an Academic A+, students need to receive 4 A's and nothing less than a C, or 3 A's and nothing less than a B. Receiving Academic A+'s are Oliver Bennett, Morgan Bridgman, Victor Komisky, Thomas Cross, Nicholas Eaton, Mason Fuller, Carter Hughes, Will McFarlane, Eden Quinn, Callum Schmidt, Xander Thornton, Zach Whitehead, Cooper Witz, and Kobe Wren. Please acknowledge the efforts of the Year 10 Academic A+ winners.
Thank you, Royal, and congratulations, Year 10 award winners. We now have a musical piece. Our mixed woodwind and brass ensemble features students from years 9 through 12. Today they'll be performing the hit song Don't Worry Be Happy. Don't Worry Be Happy was written by Bobby McFerrin and became a hit in 1988. It was the first a cappella song to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, and it hit #1 in Australia and stayed there for 7 weeks. The group of musicians today will be playing from memory, no notes or sheet music. Please make them welcome. done, boys. That was fantastic. We're going to move on to the Year 11 Awards. And to announce the Year 11 Awards, I'd like to call forward our Justice and Solidarity Prefect, Dominic Thompson. Dominic studies the senior subjects of mathematical methods, physics, psychology, physical education, English and religion ethics. Over his time at the college, he has been a paragon of consistency and excellence. Since 2019, when he started here in Year 7, he has been an academic A+ award winner every single semester. On his recent Term 2 report card, he achieved 5 A's, and he will be up here on stage again today to receive his last academic A+ award. At this stage, Dom is undecided about what he will do in the future. However, I know that with his learner attributes, whatever he decides to do, he will have great success. Please welcome Dominic Thompson.
Assisting with the presentation of the Year 11 Awards will be Miss Timlin, Head of Year 11, and Assistant Principal, Senior School, Mr. Matthew Cooper. Starting with the Academic Achievement Awards, we have the following boys: Bailey Arnold, Macklin Baker, Max Bennett, Colby Blinko, Keely Bones, Curtis Byrne, Murphy Cat, Noah Christensen, Jonathan Coase, Oliver Dadson, London Duggan, Declan Dunn, Matthew Dunwoody, Killian Finnell, Will Good, Dylan Griffiths, Jacob Hudson, Teal Kafkabauer, Peter Kalinsinski, Nate London, Hunter Lorenz, Balin Martin, Charlie McCulland, Nate Muller, William Ranger, Jesse Remfrey, Ashton Ryan, Lincoln Simpson, Charlie Strugnell, Mackenzie Watts, and Stephen Wickerson. Please kindly acknowledge the Year 11 Academic Achievement winners. Meeting the criteria for an academic A are Max Armstrong, LeBron Bartlett, William Campbell, Deegan Crook, Mason Dendel, Xavier Draper, Jesse Emery, Lucas Heinz, Harrison Hoy, Samuel James, Oliver Leet, William Lloyd, Slater Marshall, Aidan McDonald, William McKellar, Nicholas Meyer, Kaylin Odell, Hayden Rutledge. Jackson Skewer. Brody Scullen. Alexander Sheehan. Hayden Thornton. Ambrose Tibbs. Etienne Van Wyck. And Justin Wallace. Let's show our appreciation for the Year 11 Academic A winners. The academic A+ badges and certificates will now be distributed. Nate Brooks. Tate Caffrey. Ezekiel Curran. Cameron DeForno. Stacey Hollingsworth. Enzo Hunt. Charlie Kidd. Connor Lees. Halen Luckle-Dent. Jesse McGuinney. Jake Murphy. Cooper Pierce. Toby Simpkins. And TJ Vanderwalt. Please congratulate the Year 11 Academic A+ winners.
When we think of iconic rock bands, we have to look no further than the famous Red Hot Chili Peppers. St Brennans have their own take on this group right here, with one of our senior rock bands taking to the stage today. The group consists of Jesse Emery on the rhythm and lead guitar, Toby Simpkins on bass guitar, Ashton Ryan on drums, and Declan Dunn on vocals. The boys will be representing the college in a few weeks' time at the CQ Battle of the Bands. Please welcome the band.
Papa was a copper and her mama was a hippie. In Alabama, she would swing a hammer. It's a price gotta pay when you break the panorama. She never knew that there was anything more than poor. What in the world does your company take me for? Black bandana, sweet Louisiana, rubbing on the bank of the state of Indiana. She's a runner, rebel and a stunner, on a merry way saying, baby, what you gonna? Looking down the barrel of a hot metal 45, just another way to survive. California, rest in peace. Simultaneous release. California, show your teeth. She's your priestess, I'm your priest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. California. The day was gonna come when I was gonna mourn ya. A little older, she was still in another breath. I love my baby today. California, rest in peace. Simultaneous release. California, show your teeth. She's my priestess, I'm your priest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who knew the other side of you? Who knew the others died to you? Too true to say goodbye to you. Too true to say. Push to the fader, gifted animator. 1 for the now and 11 for the later. Never made it up to Minnesota. North Dakota man wasn't gonna meet the quota. Down in the Badlands, she was saving the best for last. It only hurts when I laugh. Gone too fast. California, rest in peace. Simultaneous release. California, show your teeth. She's my priestess, I'm your priest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. California, rest in peace. Simultaneous release. California, show your teeth. She's your priestess, I'm your priest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Well done, boys, and best of luck in the Battle of the Bands in the coming weeks. We're now going to move on to the distribution of the Year 12 awards, and this will be the last time that Year 12 boys receive academic awards. There are no academic awards for Semester 2, only subject awards that are presented at the end of year celebration. To announce the Year 12 awards, I'd like to call forward our Liberating Education Prefect, Matthew Campbell. Matthew studies the ATAR subjects of mathematical methods, specialist mathematics, chemistry, English, study of religion, and combines these with the study of music, theory and practice. Matthew was the Year 11 Ducks in 2023 and will no doubt be a strong contender again in 2024. On his internal assessment for his ATAR subjects so far this year, Matthew has accumulated 261 marks out of a possible 270. It's equivalent to around 97%. And while his academic performance has been exceptional this year, in my opinion, I think his performance as Sebastian the Crab in the Little Mermaid musical was even better. Can we please welcome Matthew Campbell?
Distributing the awards to the Year 12 boys will be Head of Year, Mr. Trevor Ganane, and Miss Rebecca Lang, Director of Careers and Pathways. Receiving academic achievement certificates and badges this morning are the following boys: Michael Amity, Jackson Broome, Ryan Brown, Flynn Campbell, Jonathan Coyne, Lachlan Davis, Lachlan Dean, Carter Ford, O'Sheen Foster, Adam Fraser, Jack Gibson, Jack Hardy, Daniel Hutchinson, Kate Johnson, Tyrell Kenzig, Samuel Kinston, Toby Love, Braylon Marsh, Quinn Mursky, Jake Oberhart, Tarkin O'Brien, Chris Pearson, Ethan Pearson, Logan Robertson, Darcy Ryan, Andrew Smith, Cooper Spencer, and Jackson Sebanowski. Please put your hands together for the Year 12 Academic Achievement winners. From the Year 12 cohort, the following boys have attained Academic A badges and certificates: Isaac Alexander, Bryce Anthony, Jacob Barr Richards, Clay Dendel, Riley Isles, Brody Glover, Raina Grams, Simon Green, Cooper Hall, Ryan Hardy, Nick Hopgood, Mason Hotz, Liam Houlihan, Dylan Hughes, Lachlan Hutchinson, Blake Johnson, Rory Killalea, Blake Killy, Kane Laundry, Harvey Mahoney, Joseph Mans, Benjamin Mazafari, Zan Medlin, Samson Minto, Lachlan Mortimer, Nazareno Pisani, Bodie Ricketts, Matthew Rogers, Crease Villains, Samuel Taggart, Riley Todman, Cooper Wickman, Kai Willett, and Cooper Wilton. All right, please give a round of applause for the Year 12 Academic A winners. And achieving the criteria to be awarded an Academic A+ are the following boys: myself, Matthew Campbell, Alex Sarachi, Harrison Cotter-Drake, Brad Cumberledge, Macaulay Flood, Jacob Hill, Cooper Jukes, Matthew Kershaw, Tyke Leonard, Jamie Long, Spencer McDonnell, Riley McFarlane, Jacob Maguire, Lachlan Maguire, Nate Pearce, Daniel Reeves, McKinley Smith, Dominic Thompson, Liam Van Measel, Joshua Voke, and Roman Wilson.
Please congratulate our Year 12 Academic A+ winners. So that now concludes the formal part of the ceremony and the presentations. If we can just give one last round of applause, please, for all your award winners today. These sort of events don't come together without a lot of hard work, and it's been certainly a busy preparation period for the assemblies this morning in period 2 and now again in period 3. But there's a lot of departments around the college who I'd like to thank. The administration team, the marketing events department, thank you so much for all the fantastic work that you've done putting things together. The tech group, sound, lighting, stage, live stream, thank you so much. And finally, the music and art departments for the fantastic stuff they keep putting together. Can we give them all a round of applause, please? Okay, so the final thing to do is to look at house points from the academics, and in 2024 Dewey's been looking pretty good. Mr Cullen's fairly chuffed with himself there, as is Hayden and Toby, and Dewey has won the swimming, they've won the athletics, and Hayes has won the cross country. As we know, there's still a lot of fruit out there when we're looking at the house points overall for the year, and the academics are certainly a part of that. So let's have a look at how the point system works. Just a reminder, for each of the awards, there are points, and each house accumulates a certain score based on the awards. Let's see how we went overall. Coming in 4th, Hayes. In 3rd place, Gettins. 2nd, and Mr Cullen will continue to bask in glory. Let's give them all a round of applause, please. I think everyone knows Mrs Hedges, right? So Mrs Hedges' sons were all in Dewey. Okay, she was also the enrolments officer for a very long time. Okay, now she's moved out of that position, so we might see a change in how things play out over the next little while, because I think there's a lot of people out there with some theories around what's been happening. But congratulations, Dewey. Well done, yep. All right, boys, the last thing we need to do is thank our parents for attending. Boys, can we put our hands together for the parents, please? Thank you. And with that, I might kindly ask parents, if you don't mind just exiting through those rear doors at the moment. Boys, we'll just stay seated here, please, as our parents exit. Thank you very much.